Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today's November 29, 2018, the home of the 2-minute price prediction, as well as giving you all the news according to the charts. We do appreciate you all watching our video for today. We're going to talk about Deutsche Bank and if it's ready to be bought, or is there still weakness in store for this particular company, this particular bank. Okay, so while you're at it, take a second, take a minute to go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this video, because we obviously are doing something that no one else is doing. We're giving you the news according to the price chart. So we look at articles and we try to make sure that it looks just like the price chart. A lot of times we read articles, we see videos, and they try to persuade us that a stock is going to do a certain thing, whether should it be bought, should it be sold, whatever the case may be. But what we're able to do as an organization, the only organization that is doing this, is that we look at the price chart to see if it actually makes sense to what we just read, or to what we just seen, or to even what we just heard. Okay, so now I just want you all to sit back. Let's go through this article here about Deutsche Bank, look at some of the things that they mention about is it worth a trade right now, and then we'll look at the price chart and we should get a better depiction, a better answer to that question. Okay, so this was written by Timothy Collins today, November 29, 2018. He asked the question to us: is Deutsche Bank stock worth a trade right now? He even goes on to say, what's amazing to consider about Deutsche Bank is that this company was a triple-digit stock in 2018. Here we are 10 years later, and it's trading below $10. Deutsche Bank has become the star athlete with tons of potential who simply just can't stay out of trouble. So he's trying to compare this company to professional athletes. The current headlines read like a mobster's rap sheet. Seriously, he said, take a look. So let's look at some of these headlines. Prosecutors look at action from 2013 through 2018 at Deutsche Bank. Bloomberg wrote that. Deutsche Bank said to have lost about 60 million in U.S. equities, said to lose money at Central Risk Book in the U.S. Another title by Bloomberg. Deutsche Bank internal review estimates bank handled 150 billion of total potential suspicious flows tied to Danske. That's written by DJ. Deutsche Bank to pay $75 million to settle ADR's abuses case, United States SEC says. NY DFS fines Deutsche Bank $205 million for unlawful foreign exchange trading. And looking at it, Deutsche Bank weighs shakeup for senior ranks, Wall Street Journal. So again, yes, a lot of negativity is being seen across the board from multiple headlines, multiple companies has been written about this company. So obviously you can see that we're leaning already to seeing weakness on the price charts for Deutsche Bank. It's amazing to see that these types of action repeated time and time again. They almost make Wells Fargo look squeaky clean. Let's see, the market cap has been basically cut in half this year. So another negative point for Deutsche Bank. How much lower the stock is currently than it was during the financial crisis in 2008, 2009. While the crisis was a US one, it had reached all financial institutions across the globe. So Deutsche Bank fell from above $100 to the teens. We will look at that once we look at the price chart. So more negativity being seen for this company, for this stock. Yesterday, Deutsche Bank did close at $10 a share, giving up another 5% this morning because its headquarters was raided. So even more negativity is being seen on this particular company. Expect more fines on top of the already $18 billion the company has paid over the past decade. More negativity. It's going to show us a chart. It's amazing when you consider that this was a triple digit stock in 2008. 90% of the value has vanished over the last 10 years. And within those 10 years, there have been bounces for Deutsche Bank. But again, he's trying to insinuate that we may see an approaching one if history is a guide. So we're going to look at the price chart to see if we're going to get any bounces momentarily. Okay. Now, he's going to show us a price chart, and it's going to be extremely confusing to you if you do not understand what technical analysis is. Okay, he even talks here in this paragraph, full stochastics has only dropped below 20 3 times in the last 10 years. All three instances offer 20% to 200% bounces triggered by a bullish crossover, the black line crossing above the red line, while the full stochastics indicator was below 20. Currently, Deutsche Bank's full stochastic sits below that 20 level. Last sentence is what you need to pay attention to. However, that doesn't mean buy. Okay, he's letting you know already, don't believe in this technical indicator because it is not reliable. Okay, so this is the chart that he's referencing, and he has arrows drawn to where every time the black cross over the red on this stochastic indicator, okay, right here, is when you saw increase in bounces in price to the upside. Okay, now all of this is just simply confusion. We have moving averages here on the main price chart. We got Bollinger Bands in the midst. We got resistance support lines. We got this full stochastics here, and then we got stochastic relative strength index at the bottom. You have no idea of when you need to pull the trigger in this particular company. And then he tries to circle right here on this stochastic indicator that once the black crosses the red, that's when you need to get in. You can tell that it's not doing it yet. So he's trying to tell you that this is not a buy opportunity. Okay, one thing I want to point out to you all is that if you did buy Deutsche Bank towards the low end of this 20, below 20 on the stochastics, and the black crossed the red at this particular area, you did see a slight increase to the upside in price. But what he doesn't tell you is that when the black crosses the red is when you need to sell. So if you were to get in on this particular time right here in the middle of this chart, right, the black did not cross the red until literally it was below where you got in the market. So you would have lost money on that particular trade because you would not have known when to get out if you were solely dependent on this full stochastic. So he's trying to tell you to rely on this indicator to buy, but is this a good indicator to look at when you need to sell? Okay, that is another thing that you need to be on the lookout for in the market when you're trying to trade these particular stocks. So now let's go ahead and look at it a little bit more. Some of this highlighted things that I think is important considering the negativity that we have already read. If history is any guide, not only should traders wait for that bullish cross to initiate a long position, but they should remain on the sidelines until it happens. Okay, so that's why he has this particular area circled on this indicator. The stock continued to trade lower in a volatile fashion under these same technical setups all 3 times over the past decade. While 3 isn't a huge sample size, trying to say that's not reliable, it's enough to give me a pause. So he's looking at it, but he's not pulling the trigger until he sees this cross happen in the market for Deutsche Bank. There are easier trades to be had, so why force one? So he's literally ending and concluding this article as saying that Deutsche Bank is not a buy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the price chart, and you're going to see how fast it is just to come up with that analysis. You will have to literally come up with your own interpretation of all this fogginess, all of this cloudiness, all of this trying to interpret what the market is trying to tell you in less than 2 minutes. Okay, and that's how we're able to do it so successfully when we do our analysis. Okay, so let's see if in fact Deutsche Bank is a buy. So back in 2008, you guys can see that it was trading around $100, and the market definitely has taken a dump. We did get a minor bounce back up to 80, and ever since then we're still in that downtrend. The market can't even break $20. That's what I have highlighted in the market for Deutsche Bank. And don't expect us to literally move to the upside until we're able to break and see some strength coming into the market. And there are 3 resistance areas I can see already in Deutsche Bank: $20, $16, and now $12. Okay, So considering the fact that the negativity continues to come into the market for Deutsche Bank, definitely indicates that we still have more weakness to contend with in this stock. Okay, so Deutsche Bank is not a buy. The article tells us that the negativity we've seen, even from the analysis that Timothy Collins has given us with his chart, shows us that weakness is still here. And the weekly chart still shows us weakness in the market. We don't see any strength coming into this particular stock. We did hear during the week of the 22nd of October as well as the 29th, but it still shows us that we're not ready for higher prices. So Deutsche Bank definitely, hands down, is not a buy as of this particular moment. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think we even came down to the lows to where we're trading at right now for this company off of the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so definitely we're trading towards all-time lows according to where we are trading on this vast exchange. Definitely we're not seeing any strength, so I'm still seeing indications of Deutsche Bank moving to the downside. That's easy. Okay, we didn't talk about any stochastics, we didn't talk about any RSIs, Bollinger Bands, charts, resistance areas, all of that to cause this confusion. We did not show you all of that because it doesn't take all of that. The market is still weak for Deutsche Bank, still looking for it to move to the downside. We're giving you those resistance areas 12, 16, and 20. Okay, until that area, this particular stock is ready to break those prices, expect that continuation to the downside to happen. And right now, the price bars definitely shows that. The article reads that, and even Timothy thinks that there's weakness into the market. He even said at the end of his article, it gives him pause. Right there, gives me pause. So there's easier trades out there. So why force one? So this literally tells you that Deutsche Bank is still weak. I'm in agreement with Timothy Collins, his article, and the price chart. Deutsche Bank is still weak. So this is not a buy, and this is why Deutsche Bank is not a buy currently in the market. You guys got any questions? You guys got any comments about this particular company? I know this is a major global company, and if Deutsche Bank goes down, then surely the financial crisis is on the horizon. Okay, so this could be one of the main reasons why we've been holding for such a long period of time in the market for Deutsche Bank. With all this increased volume, we definitely need to see some strength into the market in order for us to alleviate that prospect of a financial crisis happening in the near term. We don't see that yet though. So let us know your comments, your opinion about this particular company. Do you even foresee it coming to higher prices, becoming in a better limelight, get rid of all this negativity that's been seen recently in the market, in the news? Tell us what you think. We do appreciate you all watching our video. Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and I will see you all later.